Part of a pilot's life is working with flight attendants, and today I have a flight attendant YouTuber with us, Stella, who's going to tell us the 5 most annoying things that pilots do to annoy flight attendants. Coming up.
Coming up.
Hey 7-4 crew, welcome back. If you don't know me, my name's Kelsey. I'm a 747 pilot. My channel, 7-4 Gear, is all about aviation. So whether you're a pilot or an aviation enthusiast, consider subscribing. Stella's a flight attendant YouTuber, and your channel is Fly With Stella.
Fly With Stella. I'm a New York-based flight attendant traveling the world and taking you with me.
So go check her out. I'm gonna link her channel and her Instagram as well if you want to check her out. She shows a different side of crew life, very different from mine. It shows a lot of the fun things that crews do on overnights and layovers and where they're traveling. So it's really fun. Go check it out. A while back I reached out to Stella and I told her I wanted to do a video about the 5 most annoying things that pilots do to flight attendants. And her response to me was, do I have to stop at 5?
Only 5? I've got like a whole list here. It's like one of those scrolls that just like keeps unwinding.
And that's actually the text I got back from a couple of other flight attendant friends of mine when I was asking them for some ideas for this video. They all said the exact same thing. But today we're going to do the 5 most annoying things that we do to annoy flight attendants, and Stella actually has a bonus one. Now, on her channel, Fly With Stella, we just did a 5 things that flight attendants do to annoy pilots, and so go check that out. I'll put a link to her channel in the description below. I know I have a lot of flight attendants that follow me here. This is a really fun collaboration we're doing, so make sure you go check it out after this video. Now we're doing this video to help pilots, especially a lot of you that are newer, to help create a better team dynamic. A lot of you that are new, that are gonna go to the regionals or start at the airlines, your flight attendants are gonna be one of your most valuable resources. A lot of them have a lot of years of experience flying, and a lot of times they have a lot more experience on aircraft than you do. So creating that team.
I'm just agreeing. I'm nodding. Yes.
He is correct.
Yes. It's all right.
So something that's very important that you've noticed and seen in a lot of my videos is the importance of creating that team aspect called crew resource management, and opening that door so that way they are comfortable to talk with you and help you. And besides that, it just makes a much more fun work environment if you guys are working together and having a good time. So Stella's gonna tell us the 5 things that we do that always annoy flight attendants. Let's get into it.
Coming up. All right, so number 1 is when pilots make super early morning PAs or super late night PAs. And I'm talking like if we have a 6 a.m. departure and then we get to cruising altitude and the pilots come on and make a PA and wake everybody up.
Yeah, obviously that's going to annoy the flight attendants because they're trying to get everybody to go to sleep, and it's going to make their job a lot easier. I actually knew a guy who did that, and he actually had the flight attendants actually called up and said, stop. It was like every 15 minutes. He was just like, hey guys, and now off to your left, and the flight attendants were like, shut up, like just shut up. So yeah, okay. Some of you guys love to talk about on the radio.
Yeah, we just want, I mean, early morning flights, we're worried about the passengers. We just want you guys to go to sleep.
Right. Yeah, be rested and relaxed,
and
feeling
relax
good.
And enjoy your flight.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you're worried about.
So that leads on to number 2, when you guys make really, really long-winded PAs. And I'm not talking like 30 seconds. I'm talking like some pilots will literally talk for almost 5 minutes.
No.
Look.
You have guys talking that long? Okay.
They're like telling stories.
And today for breakfast, before I ride
this, and I'm gonna go work out later.
That's like the YouTubers who do that. They talk about their whole day, and you're just like, I clicked on this video for some information. Give me the information.
Okay. No, but so sometimes pilots, they'll come on and they'll say like weather conditions, what the weather's gonna be like in our final destination, but then they'll give the entire flight plan of every monument, everything that we're flying over, and then it turns into this like crazy long PA.
I heard a guy doing that. He was like, we're gonna go up the coast of Georgia, and then we're gonna cut across South Carolina, and then he walked us through like each state all the way to get to wherever we were going, Seattle or wherever I was going, and I was like, dude, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to go.
Neither does anybody else.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, we do that. There are guys who do that. I don't do that.
Okay.
But
are you feeling roasted?
I'm feeling. Yeah. Ooh, sizzle.
Ooh,
sizzle.
All right, number 3, when the pilots walk to the back of the cabin during flight. So I don't know how, I know when there's only 2 pilots, like you guys can't do this, but when there's 3 and one of you is on break,
Yeah.
and then you walk to like the main cabin, and all the passengers are just looking like
Staring, confused.
what? Is that who's flying the plane? Because they don't know that there's 3 of you,
true.
right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, so there are some planes though, and I know not on your aircraft, but there are some planes that they only have the aft restroom, and that's
No, that's not an excuse. You
that
just
is
pulled it.
so awkward though, because when you are walking through, they're all just staring at you like, what's going on? Like, where are you going? Yeah, but you guys know when I do a lot of long haul flights on the 747, I will do that though. I'll usually go into the galleys and hang out with the flight attendants and talk with them sometimes. I do that. Don't do that? Okay. Don't do that. They don't want to.
No, so it's just like kind of weird. we got sidetracked.
That's super sidetracked. So we're both like, that's not good. All right, so basically, don't go back and wander around through the passenger area because people get a little confused. But you know what? When I'm deadheading in uniform, it's kind of the same thing. I walk through, but they don't know.
They don't know, because
I don't even fly for your airline, and I'll be walking through, and people be going, "What are you doing?" You know?
Yeah.
Or I've been sitting in the back and had someone get up as we're deplaning, and they're like, "What are you doing sitting back here?" And I'm like, "I've been sitting in the same seat for the last 3 hours."
I get those looks when I deadhead in my uniform as well.
They get a little confused. All right, crew, so don't walk back into the galleys and annoy the flight attendants. Don't do that.
It's not annoying us, well, not just about annoying us, but about freaking all the passengers out. It's just like, it's just so weird. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, number 4, when you request a bathroom break literally right after takeoff.
But that's the same thing. I know that flight attendants hate
You
this.
have all this time in the airport to use the restroom.
But that's the same for passengers. I've seen
or
passengers.
during boarding.
But during boarding, it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, you could
Yeah,
go.
you could go to the
go
restroom during boarding.
Yeah.
Not like right when we take off. Because honestly, for a flight attendant, the busiest time is right when we take off and level off. Because we start setting up our galleys for our beverage service or meal service. We set up our little trolley carts. That's a busy time for us. So then when you call us and say,
I'm ready to go.
Ready to use the restroom.
I need to go now.
I need to go. Then we are like, we might forget. This is one of those we might forget about you.
Oops. I was so busy. I just didn't. Oops. Yeah. Okay. I can see that. Yeah. I mean, that's true for passengers as well. I've seen a lot of times where passengers get on board and then they fight this flow of people getting on the plane so they can go use the restroom. And I think you've just been sitting here for 2 hours where there's bathrooms, big normal sized bathrooms that you could go into.
Kelsey, we love all our passengers, and if you need to use the restroom, feel free. We're talking about pilots right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So number 5 is when we land and we start to deplane and the pilots rush right off. I've got to catch my commuter flight. Bye guys, nice flying with you. And then the flight attendants are there left to be like, bye, thank you for flying. And you guys just get to
We're out the door.
rush off.
Yeah.
It's so unfair.
I've seen that, especially like when I'm deadheading. I've seen that where I'm in like row 9 and I get off the plane and I go to like look in and say like thanks for the flight, and I'm like,
Their pilots are gone.
like ninjas, like
Bye, see
ninjas.
you.
They're out the door. So what would you prefer they do? Sit up?
Stay! Like, okay, because it is an FAA rule that, minimum crew needs to be on board. It's about the flight attendants, not the flight deck. You guys are like separate than us.
Right.
But it would be nice if you guys stayed and au revoired everybody off the plane with us.
Okay. Like the thanks for flying with us.
Yeah.
I kind of like doing that.
Especially the
sometimes.
kids love to see the pilots.
I know. Yeah. I used to love when the kids would they'd be looking up there and I'd be like, "Do you want to come up?"
Yeah, I want to press a button.
Yeah, and then I bring them up, and then you'd see the parents standing there like jealous, like looking at their kid, like hitting the button, and I look at them, I look at the parents, and they're just like, "Oh, can I go next?" Like you can see they want to do it so bad. But that's fun. That's a really fun thing.
Yeah, so you guys should stay.
So that's something that's true. It is fun, especially when you start flying passengers. It's really fun to sit there and wave to everybody and say goodbye. And yeah, but I guess it depends. If you're trying to make your flight home, though, you can understand that.
So we'll don't worry, we got this. The flight attendants will hold it down.
Yeah. Flight attendants hold it down. They keep it all together for us.
Okay, and I came up with a bonus one.
So I came up with a bonus one on her video. She's like, oh no, I'm going to do a bonus one too. So that's how this whole bonus thing started. It's supposed to be 5,
bonus.
And then I came up with this bonus one, and now she's got a bonus. So.
And you guys will be able to relate with me on this one. When the pilots make their announcements, make their PAs, and they do, this is Captain Joe Smith. We'll be cruising at an altitude of 38,000 feet. Weather conditions.
You do that really good.
Right? I'm getting so much better at it.
So good.
I was practicing on my video.
She's getting really good.
Okay, so do it.
All
Oh,
right.
wait. Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go. Testing.
She first put it on, she was like, testing. I'm like, it's not a microphone on a stage, but. All right, so here's how the announcement goes. And if you're a pilot, you know you're thinking about a lot of things while you're flying or you're doing stuff and you're looking for the paperwork. So it goes like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this flight on our way out to JFK. Current weather out there is 55 degrees, partly cloudy. On our flight today, we'll be cruising at, looks like 37,000 feet. Shouldn't be any turbulence in flight. That flight attendant's back there primarily for your safety.
Oh, yes.
The flight attendants are back in the back, are there primarily for your safety. Want to thank you for choosing to fly with us. Welcome aboard. But that thing when you're doing the though, it's because you're like looking at stuff, or especially when you're flying, you're doing it because you're looking for. You're flying and you're listening to what's going on and you're looking at things because you're looking at the.
But if you're listening to what's going on, why not just be silent? Like, we're going to be cruising at an altitude of 38,000 feet. Current weather conditions are partly cloudy. Why the?
I don't know. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? In the comments
And
below,
you
let
guys
me know why
know,
do we do that.
you guys hear the don't you?
Yeah.
The flight attendants don't do
No, but you guys have a very specific rhythm that you do it. That's why. And you know, actually, when we were recording her doing that little pitch, she was saying it so fluid. I was like, no, you can't do that. You have to add the
Slow down.
You have to add the us.
I'm a natural born public speaker.
You have to add the us. It's just part of what it is. And I don't know why. Usually it's because we're looking at things, but I don't know why aren't we quiet? I don't know. So, all right, that's fair.
That's a
fair.
bonus annoying thing.
All right, crew, those are the 5 most annoying things that we do as pilots. And I want to thank Stella for giving me these roast things.
More.
She has a lot more, so we had to whittle it down to 5. But I want to thank her so much for coming on the channel. In the comment section below, let me know, did you like this new style and the collaboration I did? I look forward to hearing from you. Until then, Stella?
Keep the blue side up.
Part of a pilot's life is...
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, when you started talking and I smiled. Coming up.
That was a plane, I just saw it.
Told you! Coming up.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm so good at doing your coming up.